everyone, I am Greg Danut, and this is really not the video where I wanted to show myself. I mean, I wanted to do a face reveal with time anyway, but the title speaks for itself, and I kind of want to honor my mom's memory in showing myself, and not cutting in any sorts of like gameplay and like I'm talking that way or any sorts of other stuff in the video. I feel like that this will be a little bit more personal, and yeah, sadly my because of why I was absent, it was because my mother passed away on the 29th of March, sadly. And it's just unfathomable, it's unreal on what happened. That the one time you're just talking with your parents, your acquaintances, your friends, anybody, and the next day they're just gone. And I wanted to wait with this video. I wanted to make this with time. I needed time because oh boy, it was hard. It was extremely hard for me. It was extremely hard on my brothers, on the rest of the family. And I really had to get myself together because the first 3 days I was just completely destroyed. I was a wreck. I was crying all the time. And it was just bad. It was really bad. I lived under my 34 years, I lived alone. I only had a girlfriend for 3 years, well, 3.5 years. And I'm so used to being lonely that I thought to myself that even if I lose my mother with time and I will be alone, like it will be not that hard for me. But it was terrible. When she passed away, I was afraid of the nights. I was feeling pains. It was probably because of the stress. I was feeling pains in my back. It was like my back was just like tearing itself apart. I had pains in my joints, and it was just bad. I didn't really sleep. I didn't really eat the first 3 days, and on the fourth day I started to feel like a little bit better. The funeral is also over, and it was well, it was good for all of us because we finally can put her to rest. We can leave this all behind, and now we can only cherish her memory that is left. Sadly, I really thought that she had more time. I haven't really talked about this in my video as well. I didn't intend to, but in this video I will. What really happened to her? Well, what happened is that she suffered from cancer since 2004. She developed breast cancer. She successfully defeated breast cancer, and she was all right. She was like cancer free for 7 years of her life. When she hit 60, she developed myeloma multiplex, which is well, it's a they call it a disease with 1,000 faces because it can get into anything, any part of you. But in my mother, it went into the bones. So she developed bone cancer. She went under what's it called? A cell transplant. Yes, that's it. She went under a cell transplant. It was successful, and she actually was like she actually didn't develop any other cancer until like just last year. Like she was all right. And we also tried a bunch of other methods, like I'm into herbal remedies. I drink herbal teas. I make tinctures, and I tried to make all the like anti-cancer tincture from herbs that I can and give it to her. And for 7 years, she was all right. And just last year, she went to CET, and she was diagnosed with like multiple little tumors on around her waist, near her neck, but it was thankfully it was not in her bones, it was not on her bones, it was not on her like intestines or anything. It was thankfully it was just like forming in her body. And she started to she started a new like treatment, and she was this went under 2 weeks after the treatment, and she started to feel weaker all the time. Like obviously, well, thankfully she didn't have to go through any chemotherapy, which was good, but still she got some like strong medicines that she had to take on her own, and every Thursday she had to go in for an injection. I'm guessing that was the like some sort of like similar to chemotherapy that only the doctor could like inject in her. And for 2 weeks, she was a little bit weak, but it was not that like serious. She was I've seen her like almost dragging her like leg on the floor. She was so bad back in the day, but she prevailed as always. She was a really strong woman, and for 2 weeks she was well, kind of fine. And the blood test that came out the second week informed us that the white blood cells were actually dropping alarmingly low. And the doctor was like, okay, the blood cells are really low, the white blood cells, so we're going to give you another injection, and you will have to give that to yourself 2 times a week. And that's what happened. She gave it to herself 2 times a week, except that she was not told, and I'm pretty sure that the doctor didn't like checked like maybe the like how the medicines work, because they usually have to check. They probably always check how the medicines like do, you know, you have this like cross reaction, because you can't give patients just like the medicines like this and hopefully they will get better. So you have to check them, and he didn't told my mother how to give it to herself, and the pharmacist didn't told my mother how to give it to herself. And this went down under like 4 days, maybe, after she started to give herself this injection. And for actually 3 days, she was feeling kind of fine. She also told me that, son, this new injection is actually pretty good, because I'm stronger, I'm more energetic, I'm feeling better. But so a little bit fast forwarding, I'm jumping to her through 29th, to her death day, that she was like, she was like a different woman then. She told me that morning, so we always had a ritual. I always went up to her, we had breakfast, and we had lunch. And I went up to her in the morning, and she told me that, son, I'm not really feeling so good. Like, this was a Sunday day, so there were no doctors. She wanted to go to the doctor, by the way, that day. She told me that I'm not really feeling that good, that energetic anymore. She was like, I barely went to the bathroom and got back, and I had to sit down. And just the other day, she was like cleaning. She was like vacuum cleaning. She was cleaning the wardrobes. She was, we have this well, we call it room ladder. I'm pretty sure there's another name for it. And she was cleaning the top of the wardrobes. And I was like, well, okay, if you, like, again, she was the type of person who waited um, until the last moment, because she was not fond of doctors. She was not really like, she only went to doctors when she was really feeling really bad, really bad. And I was like, well, I'm just a few steps away from you. I'm living in this annex, and the big house is. She was living in the big house, the main house. And I went up to her to lunch again. We had lunch, and she was like, "Well, I'm still not feeling really good. Maybe tomorrow." She said that she will definitely go to the doctor if she won't feel herself like any better. And I told her again that, okay, anything happens, I'm just a few steps away. Just, ring me up, call me, or just come out to the terrace and, just shout, and I will be here. I haven't listened to music that loud. Actually, I haven't listened to music at all, in case if she would call me. Because if she was weaker, I know that her voice was a little bit like lower. And this is where I am really angry with myself, that I haven't went back and checked on her. Because I'm pretty sure the moment I came down, this was around 1 o'clock, or like 1:30. I came down and I haven't gotten back to her. I haven't checked on her. And I'm pretty sure this scene, what awaited me in the next morning, was like this. So she probably, this went under like a half an hour or hour, the moment I came down from lunch. She probably went to the bathroom. She cleaned herself up. She came out, and I think when she came out, that was the moment when she started to feel really bad, because like the rug in front of the bathroom was like kicked over, or like it was crumpled up. Her upper clothes were like thrown down to the ground. There was also like a sheepskin rag, and that was also tossed a little bit to the side. And she had that, like, I'm guessing she had that one last surge of energy in order to, like, okay, get herself together. And she went to the couch, and she probably just like fell on the couch, and she just slopped over, and probably she just lost consciousness. And that's how she passed away. And nobody was that day, nobody was calling her, not even my brothers, not even my sisters-in-law, not even the grandkids, nobody. And it just sucks that we are all like mad at ourselves, me especially, because sometimes I went up 6-8 times a day, and that day I went up 2 times. And maybe I could have helped her. Maybe I couldn't have. I don't know. We all don't know that, but we all know that. So she went to the coroner. She was like opened up, and the coroner had a look at her, because I asked for it. I wanted to know what she died of. It was complete bullshit, by the way, what they wrote on the paper, because the hospital and the coroners and the doctors are, well, all in hand to hand, obviously working together, because on the paper it was, on a first basis, it was myeloma multiplex, which she suffered from. She was not suffering from it, definitely. 1. 2, it was pneumonia, which is bullshit again, because she was not coughing. She was not having any problems with like taking air. Her lungs were totally fine. And it's just bullshit is what it is. You killed her with medicines. That's what you did. And there's just no justice anywhere. Like, we were thinking about taking this to court, but we were like Like, we have no connections. We are small fry, as they all say. We're small fry. We would have 100% lost the case, and we were like, well, okay, let's just let her rest in peace. But everybody, even her, well, yes, even her granddaughter said that she's actually studying. She's studying to be a doctor, a surgeon, and even she said that that's bullshit. What was written in the coroner's note. So, in short, that's what happened. That's the story behind my absence. Nowadays, I'm just like, well, the spring is here, the summer will be here soon, and nowadays I'm just like gardening, taking care of my dog, going on multiple walks at times, and going visits to my brothers. And these how the days are actually going by nowadays, because like I'm definitely not really playing games. I'm making a video right now, and again I said that this is not the moment, and this was surely not the time when I wanted to make a face reveal, but here I am. And I will be back soon. Once I've gotten myself a little bit together, once I'm back to my old goofy self. Obviously, I don't know when that will be. I don't know when that will happen, but hopefully soon. And remember, take care of yourselves, hug your parents, make peace with them if you're angry with them, because you will never know when it will be the last day when you see them again. And with that, goodbye and good health to you.